Hi there. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create a color palette using the variables panel in Webflow. Now, whenever we create a website, it's always good to have a color palette handy. So instead of manually typing in the colors, you can just point and click to the color that you require. Since we already know how the final website is going to look like, I'm going to show you the colors that I've used so you can use it on your project as well. Okay, so what we're going to do is go to the variables button over here and click it. And we're going to be introduced to the variables panel. Let's go ahead and click on this blue variable button right here, new variables, and click on color. Now, by default, you're going to receive white and you're going to receive the name color. What we're going to do is take the color off here and change it to white. Now, we are going to need this color for some of the things we're going to design in the website. Okay, we got our first variable done. Perfect. Oh, and I forgot to mention, here are the colors you're going to need for this project. You can go ahead and screenshot, or you can look at it in the link in the description. Okay, now that I showed you the colors that we're going to use, let's go ahead and go to new variable. And we're going to click color again. And we're going to type the word black. Okay. Oh, and what's great is if you're creating another variable, you could just do it right here. But if it's completely blank, you have to do it right here. Okay, so there are two ways we can set up the variable to black, which is really easy. The first part is, you just click on this white square. And again, by default, you're going to get a white square. And then what you're going to do is, well, let me just show you how this works. So you just click on the white square and you get to see this color panel. You can choose whatever color you want. This looks like red. And then we can use this slider. Just choose whatever color you like. And this is the opacity. Opacity is basically how visible is your color going to be. Okay, we're going to just go ahead and just make sure that opacity is set to 100%. This tool right here is what we're going to use a lot. This is the Hex Code, and Hex Code is just a way that we can just type a number and set up the colors that we're going to need. Since the color is going to be black, the Hex Code is just 6 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it's very important that when you're typing in a hex code that you just hit the enter key, and there you go. Now that it's entered in there, we're going to click away from the window, and that's all set. Perfect. That's just method number one. Just to recap, you can just click on the square, choose whatever color, or type in the hex code. Press enter if you use the hex code, click away, and you're all set. Now I'm going to show you a faster method. The first thing I need to do is just copy one of the colors. This is going to be the red color. Okay, I have the colors set on a different document. Anyways, I'm going to click on new variable. I'm going to click color. I'm going to type the word red, press enter. Okay. Now you see where it says white. Instead of clicking on the white box and setting the colors, I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and let me just take that off right there. Control Z, just in case you're wondering, I just hit Control Z. So, or Command Z if you're on a Mac. So then click on white, and I'm going to go ahead and paste the hex code of the color red that I'm going to use. So right there, I just use copy and paste, press enter. It's always important to press enter when you're setting up the hex codes. And there you go, it's set to red. Again, I'm going to show you one more time the faster method using copy and paste. So I'm going to choose another color from my list. I'm going to click new variable, color, and I'm going to set it to, I'm going to name the color blue. And then I'm going to click on white. I'm going to erase that. And then Control V or Command V on a Mac. And then again, press enter. Boom. There you go. Now I'm going to repeat the same process for the rest of the colors on the list. So let's do a montage real quick. Okay, and we're set and ready to go. We have all the colors on the list here, all set up, ready to go. And again, what's great about it is this is going to save us some time changing colors of certain assets within the Webflow project. Now that we have the color palette set up, these are the colors that we're going to be using. But I want to show you how to delete colors that you don't want on your palette anymore. I'm going to go ahead and click on new variable. I'm just going to create a variable just to delete. Okay, so let's say, for example, this is the variable I want to delete. What I'm going to do is have my mouse hover over the name area, hover over the name, and you're going to see this box right here. I'm going to go ahead and click on that box, and it's selected. And notice here that you're going to have delete, group, or cancel. So I'm going to click on delete, and then click delete right there. Perfect. I just deleted a variable. Now, if you deleted a variable by accident, don't worry about it. Using Command Z, that's Mac, or Control Z on Windows. So I'm going to go ahead, Control Z, boom, it's right there. It's not gone. And I'm going to go ahead and delete it again. There we go. And again, Control Z. I'm just doing this for fun now. All right. Now, let's say, for example, you accidentally clicked on a color and you're just trying to get out of, clicking and selecting. Just hit cancel. It's right there. So if you checked on something and you don't want to mess with it, just hit cancel. Okay, there you go. Now that the palette is set up, I'm going to go ahead and just exit out. There's an exit icon right here. It's above the new variable button. So click the exit icon. Now, I'm going to show you the color palette in action. If you want to follow along, just do what I do. But this is something you don't have to do as part of this tutorial. I'm just going to show you the color palette in action. What I'm going to do is add an element, click on div block. Okay. I'm going to set the minimum height to 100 dvh. Okay. That part is important to show you the color palette. What I'm going to do now is go to the backgrounds area. So what's great about the color palette is it can be used to set the color of a background, or it could be used to set up the color of text. So what I'm going to do is go to background, and when you see color, so when you notice transparent area, you're going to see this purple thing, this purple button. Go ahead and click on it, and there's variables. Every variable that we set up, it's right here. Yeah, so basically we can set it to black and then set it to red. And let's say, for example, you have an asset that you set up a color palette already to it. You already set up a variable. All you got to do is, if you just want to change it to a more custom color, all you got to do is click on the color and then click unlink from variable. And then once it's unlinked, all you have to do is just go ahead and click on the color window, change it to whatever you want, however you want, and then you're all set. And again, you can even type the hex code right here and then hit enter. And I'm not going to need this. I'm going to delete it. That is how you set up your color palette through the variables panel. I hope you found this tutorial very helpful, and the next video I'm going to show you how to set up your landing page on Webflow. Have a good one.